Turtle War is here and we're playing Total War Warhammer 3, obviously, as Miao Ying, on Legendary difficulty. So how to get started? First thing, put your alchemist into the army and start the battle with the rebels. This is a super easy battle. We only have to wipe out some peasants. And Miao Ying is an amazing tanker because she can heal herself. And on top of that, we've got really superior troops at the moment. The campaign's difficulty comes in later from the enemies that we'll be facing, because there is a lot really powerful lords around in Cathay, especially after Sale has been implemented, and he will come for the gates really fast. And overall, this campaign got way more difficult than it used to be. And let's focus fire with our sky junk. And as you can see, we are just wiping them super easily. And a reminder, always chase after battle. I'm not gonna be showing the chases, not to waste your time. But overall, it's crucial that you do chase after battle, because it increases the rewards that you get, and it will just make the campaign so much easier. And I do not remember if I mentioned, but obviously it's legendary difficulty and optimization for legendary difficulty. Okay, so I'm gonna slow him down. I'm gonna focus fire with all the crossbows, because that unit of cav is already done for. And heal Miao Ying. There is no point on taking any casualties if we don't have to. And let's speed it up, because our crossbows will just obliterate that guy. And let's turn into the dragon form, because it will just make the balance of power so much better for us. And see you in the next screen. And since we do not have to replenish because we took absolutely no casualties, we can just take more money. And now let's select the compass direction. Let's go for controls so we have less issues in the future. And let's go straight for Nan-Li. I'm gonna be skipping this battle. There is nothing to watch here. It's gonna be just one-sided victory. So see you after the battle. You're right, we've won the battle. And now we occupy. And now I want Nan-Li to be our recruitment province, and I demolish the building from Nangao. I do build clay pit, and later on we'll build something else in this slot. Okay, the technologies. We go for moon reflecting because we are missile focused Cathay faction. And now we can give out our skills. And for Miao, we are going with inspiring presence and sure aim, because again we are playing into our strength. And since we do have alchemist, it will be our damage dealing mage. So Miao Ying is gonna be getting her spells really late in this campaign. And we do have the commandment available. We go for even more control and growth, and this province will be secure from rebellions. And we have to finish off the rebels. Okay, see you after the turn. And you may now ask me, but Thor, why didn't you recruit any units? And the reason is, I don't want to recruit peasant long spearmen. I want to recruit the Jade Warriors. And another thing you may ask me, but are you going to waste a turn recruiting? And the answer is, absolutely not. I'm going on the offensive. And meanwhile, I'm gonna recruit another lord. And we're gonna get a celestial general. And let's look at the traits. And we're gonna go with bureaucrat. He is gonna reduce the construction cost in the province and increase control while he is recruiting units. So let's set up a recruitment for 2 turns, and Miao Ying is going on the offensive. And this is gonna be another super easy settlement battle, so I'm not gonna be recording it. And this is something that I'm gonna be repeating over and over and over again. Always chase after battle. Right, we've got a second settlement. We are in quite comfortable position right now. And how do we level up Miao Ying? Of course, sure aim again. It is increasing the range of our ranged units, as well as their missile damage. So overall, they will be behaving way better. And now we go for increased mobility for the alchemist, so we can have better movement around the campaign. And what do we build in Nangao? I do want to have Tiger Warrior then. Tiger Warriors are super strong. And let's upgrade our pottery maker. And let's send out a caravan. So who do we have? A Ogre Ally or Humbleborn? Humbleborn is gonna give us overall the strongest caravan possible at the moment. The ogre units, the man-eaters were quite strong, but overall it's not super powerful. And usually it's the best to send the first caravan either to Altdorf or Marienburg, but in this case Grossier gives the highest income. Oh, actually, I have never seen the Karasakara give this much at the very beginning of the campaign yet. So Karasakarak it is, dispatch. But overall, Altdorf or Marienburg usually gives the most money at the beginning. And let's check diplomacy around us. So any quick deals, we can get non-aggression pact and we can get some trade agreements. So obviously we go for trade agreements, we get money out of them, and more trade agreements, more money. And now we can get non-aggression pact, more money, and again trade money. So you get the gist now. Basically, get as much money out of signing agreements as possible with anyone and everyone. Okay, so now we'll go into the next turn. Wait, but first we'll recruit 2 units of peasant archers. So now we have 4 recruitment slots, and we are slowly getting ready to siege up Pomei. And see you in the next turn. Okay, a caravan encounter. So what do we get? And my usual rule is ranged units are way better. Even though that we could get way more of the Jade Warrior Halberds. Alright, and now we can start moving our army to the border of the province here, because we cannot get to the Terracotta graveyard in 1 turn. So we will recruit on the border, range the units, and now we do cancel the recruitment for the lord in Nan-Li. We move him to the border as well, and we recruit 2 units of Jade Warriors. And this is about it for the turn 3. So, alright. Now we'll have our first big battle of the campaign, because they decided to reinforce Terracotta Graveyard, but they mostly do have peasants. It's gonna be quite easy, but a huge battle. So let's start the siege and encircle. Meanwhile, we are taking the secondary lord, putting him... No, we cannot. I was hoping that I could put him in the encampment stance, so he could get better range, better stats for the units, because the encampment stance does increase the melee defense and leadership, but it's not a huge deal. So instead, let's put him in the channeling stance so he can get later better winds of magic. And now we are gonna recruit yet another lord. And now we can either recruit another general, because he's the strongest lord in the entire Cathay roster. And to be fair, he's one of the strongest Order faction generals. Or we could, for example, get the Tiger Warriors away. And they are also super strong as melee characters. And the tactician strategist is really good. So let's get him recruited. And let's start recruiting some, not Dragon Warriors, Tiger Warriors. And now let's select the next technology and let's go for defensive formations. We'll get better leadership when we're defending, and ambush defense chance will increase. Alright, and since we can do it, let's put all our Jade Warriors into Miao's army and let's start this battle. Okay, and since we do have artillery and they do not, let's force them to come to us. Our Skyjank will absolutely force them. And now you can see why I wanted Jade Warriors and I didn't want to recruit Peasant Spearmen. Because we'll be facing a lot of ranged units. And those shields are gonna prove super effective with dealing with their Peasant Archer spam. And also, let's send Miao into the fight straight away. And something that I forgot, turn off the skirmish mode. And let's move those spearmen a bit. And soon we're gonna make the units fight Miao. We're gonna drop some alchemist spells. The Searing Doom will go. And this battle is gonna be over soon. We are gonna... oh, I forgot about that. And our Skyjunk is in danger. Let's heal it up a bit while we are retreating with it. And let's drop some spells in there. Absolutely perfect. Let's move our alchemist back. Miao Ying is absolutely fine to be in the middle of an enemy formation, because there's barely anything that can happen to her. And I missed their horses. Where are their horses? Did they charge them? Okay, they charged them into the middle of our formation. And let's change Miao into the dragon now. And some Searing Doom on the left flank here. Amazing. And let's start sending the general into the fight as well, if he will even manage to get in. Okay, and we'll be sending Miao against the archers. And this battle will be a mass rout any minute now. And 7 more seconds until the next Searing Doom. And let's drop it on the right flank this time. And let's keep an eye on Miao if she's not taking too much damage. But she's not. And let's send those peasant spearmen for flanking maneuver. Let's move our Skyjunk over the front line so it can drop a bomb. And Searing Doom any moment now. Okay, so the bomb over the front line. Let's fire some rockets on the right flank. And we have just enough winds of magic for another Searing Doom. And let's drop it there. I may miss, but it's for the almost writing enemies. And I didn't miss. And they routed. And our Jade Warriors took some damage, but if it was Peasant Spearmen, we would be almost out of the Peasant Spearmen. So we would have to re-recruit troops, and in this case, we just have to replenish. And that was the first big battle of the campaign. And see you after I chase them down. Okay, and we got the next settlement, and as usual, I forgot to give the unit banner to anyone, and let's give it to the Celestial Dragon Crossbows, so they can stay in the fight a bit longer if they get focus fired by something. Okay, and occupy. So now we have 3 recruitment slots. We can send the general in the next turn to be in Wang Chang. And Miao can recruit 2 extra units. And we can give out the next level up. So we go for Sure Aim. And now we can go for the Route Marcher. So we will have even more range. And by the way, if you're still around and you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing. Okay. And Searing Doom tier 2. And for the general, we are gonna go with Road Marcher, so he can prove more useful to us. And now see you in the next turn. Alright, another Caravan encounter. And this army is not super powerful. But the thing is, we are losing only peasant archers, and later on we'll want to replace them with other units in the Caravan army anyway. So if it's 1 peasant archers, I'm just gonna click find another way. It's not a big loss. That army is super strong anyway. And now we can go for Paumei. And they do not have the army. They only have a garrison. The garrison is not super big, but auto-resolve will screw us over regardless. So it says close victory, but the auto-resolves are absolutely terrible on legendary difficulty, so we'll have to fight this battle. The best location to attack this settlement from is in here. AI will barely ever mend those walls on the sides, and we can absolutely utilize our superior firepower. So let's get over here and start shooting at our enemies at 4 times speed. And when we are fighting this siege by ourselves, it's super easy. But again, auto-resolve would have made us lose quite a lot of units. And our troops are almost in position. They will start firing now. And this is just a matter of time. So I'm gonna cut it here and see you after this battle. A siege has been won with absolutely no casualties. Actually, 1 casualty. I have no idea where from. Because I absolutely only used Miao Ying in this battle. Okay, occupy. And now we have secured a 2nd province. And why was I even sending the general back to Wang Chang, since it's the same province? I have absolutely no idea. So now we move our Sawai border. We recruit 2 extra units of Tiger Warriors, and we can upgrade Nan-Li, and I absolutely want to do it because I want access to the Jade Warrior crossbows. And getting 2 to upgrade it to the tier 3 will take a moment. And now we want to give out the skill to Miao. And it's gonna be the unyielding, because we want our frontline to be able to hold off way more. And now we can also give the commandment, so we're going with control. And there should absolutely be no control issues in a moment. So let's go into the next turn. Okay, and our next enemy is Skaven, Clan Eshin. So we absolutely have to deal with them. So we start moving Miao towards the Xingpo. And meanwhile, I do recruit 1 peasant horseman. They are not great units, but they will serve super good as a chasing unit, so will maximize that income. And also we can throw them against some dangerous Skaven raged units. Alright, and now I want metal shifting for our alchemist for those boosts when we are casting. And I do want our Tiger Warrior Sawai to follow Miao. I want to go with our Celestial General towards our starting province, and I want to start recruiting more Tiger Warriors. And we do have building upgrades. We absolutely upgrade May, and in the next turn will be destroying the stables. And see you in the next turn. Alright, the caravan has just finished, so we got huge income boost. So now we do recruit a new caravan, and this one is absolutely perfect. It has better units, more units, and now where do we send it? And Marienburg 4600. So Marienburg it is, sorry, not Marienburg, Grossier. And dispatch. Okay. We also finished the technology that will reduce the ambush chance for this Skaven. So now we're going for fletching mentors to increase our damage in battle. Also, we are going for Miao Ying army. And we exchange some units. So we're getting those. She's getting the Tiger Warriors. And we start moving towards Kunlan. So first we'll secure Kunlan, and after that we will get the Skaven from Po Mei? Xingpo. Okay. And in here we also recruit some troops. We don't want to overdo it to not be too much in the negative, but it's fine. Absolutely fine. So I'm gonna force march for a moment here so I can attack Kunlan in the next turn. And there is a huge chance that the Snitch will take the Kunlan while we're in here. Or there is a chance that he will declare war on us and attack me in here. One or the other. Okay, unassigned skill points. The Caravan. I want Wayfinders, so there is way less negative events. And now, see you in the next turn. Another dilemma, and this is a super easy battle considering that we have quite good troops and they are also quite experienced. So we draw the weapons, and I'm gonna auto-resolve it. We're gonna suffer quite big casualties, but it's not a big deal. And now we'll replenish quite a bit, and it's gonna be fine. And I noticed during the end turn that one of our gates has fallen. So I do send the secondary army all the way to the Turtle Gate to secure it for Cathay. And this army will recruit 2 units of the Tiger Warriors again. And since this army has appeared within my range, I'm going to attack it. So generally, I do advise eliminating the Beastmen as soon as you spot them, if you have army right next to them, because later on it will be annoying if they start world routing around you. And okay, wait, we can get money for this war. So hello, I would like to join a war against Jagged Horn tribe. And I would like money for that, absolutely. And now we'll be able to obliterate this army. And they shouldn't be able to get out of our range, which is lovely. And this is not gonna be a hard battle. Let's fight this. I don't want to auto-resolve because auto-resolve will be absolutely terrible. See in battle. So I have developed in a way that my flanks are 100% secure. The enemy doesn't really have strong troops, and he will rush at us anyway, because I believe Beastmen are kind of programmed to do it regardless of who is attacking. And also we do have the range advantage. And let's use our alchemist as a extension of the flank. And let's remember to turn off the skirmish mode. And we do have Tiger Warriors. They will absolutely slaughter those Angors. And Angors are terrible even with the melee cheats for the AI. Okay, let's send Miao in. And let's drop the Searing Doom here. And yeah, the Tiger Warriors are gonna take quite a bit damage for now. But later on they get way better. And yeah, they are basically a glass cannon. But they are still really, really good to use. Okay, another Searing Doom, please. And let's move our Sky Junk towards the front so it can drop some bombs. And by the way, also the Tiger Warriors, even though that they take quite significant damage, they will stay in the fight for quite a while. And also another benefit to using them is they are quite good at chasing the enemy fleeing units, because they are faster than most of the infantry. Okay, and a Searing Doom in here. I could have done it in here again. Well. And it's gonna be our middle losses any moment. Now let's transform Miao and see if it will make the enemy rout. Oh, there is a storm coming. where I live. By the way, I absolutely love storms. Okay, and we've won this battle. And always, always chase the enemy. Okay, this battle should have eliminated the Jacked Horn tribe from the campaign. And I am showing this to show you how many units the peasant spearmen chased down. Peasant horse spearmen. Okay. And we barely took any casualties, and we can replenish almost all of them by just taking the replenishment after this fight. And we also got quite an substantial amount of gold from the fight. And also our alchemist has a horse now, so it's a win-win-win. Okay, and we go for unyielding to increase our melee defense for our front line. And we go back towards Kunlan. And I force march myself again towards the border in order to be able to go into Kunlan in the next turn. And I do go for the Gehenna's Golden Ounce. And I can upgrade the Caravan guy. Wayfinders, please. Okay. Is there anything that has to be done in this turn? There is not. There is. We could recruit 2 units of peasant bowmen here. And now we... Actually, let's check diplomacy. Because maybe they would like a alliance. No. And would anyone... No, I do not want an aggression pact with them. So there is nothing. And another thing is, if you're playing on very hard or on legendary, check diplomacy every turn or every other turn, because you're gonna need that gold from diplomacy in order to stay on top of things. Okay, let's skip the turn now. So, I was planning on taking back Turtle Gate, but unfortunately our troops in this region are way too small. So we do have to send in reinforcements from the home province towards Pomei and continue recruiting troops in Pomei. And by the way, now we can demolish the stables because we're not gonna be using them. And let's recruit more and more archers. And let's check, is anyone fighting with Kunlan orcs? The Medsons, yes, we do have 2 people fighting with them. I'm gonna offer you a joining against them. Okay, you are not giving much money. I do know that asking the Skaven is gonna decrease my relations with other Cathay factions by a bit, but other Cathay factions will most likely never declare war on you, so it's absolutely fine to ask the Skaven for money, but they are not giving us much. Okay, so we are going to ask the Celestial Loyalists, increase the standing with them, and since they are giving me 179, I'm just gonna do it out of my goodwill to increase the relations with the Celestial Loyalists. Right, have joined the war. And now into the siege of Kunlan. And this is gonna be a super easy fight. Probably it's alright to auto-resolve this fight. But since we can take absolutely no casualties by fighting it manually, let's do it. and see you after this battle, because it's just gonna be our troops shooting at them and there will be no maneuvering. Okay, Kunlan is ours. We can occupy it and we will be able to replenish in a moment. And on top of that, we got Taoyan the Merciless. She is an amazing hold the line hero with actually really good melee stats. So let's merge a unit of Jade Warriors. Let's merge two of them. Let's disband one of you and put Taoyan into the army. Okay, so what do? We get unyielding, and for the alchemist, I do want Gehenna Golden Ounce, tier 2. We can upgrade either Terracotta Graveyard or Wang Chang. And Terracotta Graveyard in the long run is gonna provide us with way more benefits because it's a proper climate. And also we can upgrade the recruitment buildings in Nan-Li, and we can get some infrastructure going. So let's go with growth. And with that growth, we are not going over in any way of harmony. And our secondary armies are going for the Turtle Gate. And now it's gonna be the 10th turn, the final turn, and it looks like we will have to deal with a lot of vermin. And I mean a lot. 4 armies, mostly composed of Skaven slaves, but I see some Night Runners. So it will actually be quite good to defend in a settlement. Anyway, let's go into the next turn. Alright, so actually, and I'm surprised by that, the Jade Custodians have proved absolutely competent this time and they recaptured Turtle Gate. So in this case, we are gonna be moving our supporting armies towards Kunlan. And this doesn't happen often, but this time a miracle happened. And since I do have mostly ranged army, I'm gonna get out of the settlement. I am gonna go into encamp stance and start slowly moving towards the border with the Skaven. They have retreated. I see they have one new army in the Village of the Moon. And I absolutely have no idea where are the remaining 4 armies. So it's not dangerous troops, but there is a lot. And let's build the Sawyer, and let's build, just in case, a garrison in Pomei, because we never know when one of the gates will fall. And the compass is telling us to change the direction because we're on the maximum charge, but I do not want to change the direction. I like getting that extra control, and we can upgrade the building in here to get even more growth, and soon we'll be able to upgrade Nangao to tier 3. So let's finish it here. If you liked the first 10 turns, consider subscribing, leave a like, and if I get 20 likes, I'm gonna continue and do the turns 10 to 20. and see you in the next movie.